Hola, I'm in Panajachel, Guatemala. I arrived here yesterday. I had a walk and realized that this area around Lake Atitlán has actually way more to offer than just one village. So I decided to take a tour around all those beautiful villages, and I want to show you how it looks today. Buckle up, let's go. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Roman.
Привет.
Wow. I didn't expect you to hear some Russian speech here in Guatemala.
My name is Nadezhda.
Nadezhda.
Nadezhda Ivanova as a name, not as a last name.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
You should show your ID.
I am going to show you.
No way. No way. What you're saying is that your first name is Nadezhda Ivanova. Absolutely unbelievable.
Yes, I know. I know.
Wow. Here's the thing. Nadezhda just told me that Guatemalan laws are very strict when it comes to filming or using cell phones when you drive, but I've got devices, so I should be able to record anyway without violating the law. She told me that I will absolutely certainly get a ticket if I will film while driving. So let's prepare. Yep, ready. First stop. Well, that was a really beautiful ride. I'm just getting used how to use cameras and everything at the same time.
Okay, welcome to Santa Catarina. Our first stop in Santa Catarina will be a small little place of coffee. We're going to this coffee place is because this is 100% organic from this town and it's cultivated over here and it's not big farm.
Interesting, the guy just told us why these houses are all painted and they're pretty beautiful. It's kind of a deal between government and people. Government encourages people to paint their houses. They give them paints, and every year people can paint their house. That sounds like a lot of fun. I would definitely sign up for this deal. What a lovely, cozy, small place. Let's try some local coffee.
That's one of the reasons I'm not going to tell you it's the best one from the world. But
when it comes to coffee, when people start to explain you, now you're going to feel this ground notes or woody notes. I always feel dumb, like I don't feel them. Apparently my receptors are just not sophisticated enough for this kind of things, but got to try.
you want to go where they make this, they can tell you we can make one, but this takes around 6 months, 8 months, or 1 year to finish.
Wow.
Which this one, it takes just 2 pieces per day.
And what is the price difference between this one and this one? Handmade and machine made?
This one, I can tell you it's $20, $20 or $18 for this. Which this one, this is like a second hand, $100 or $300. A new one, it could be around like $500 to $800.
Wow. What do you guys buy this rug for 800 USD? Wow, that's...
Yes, you're gonna talk like...
Is this my coffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
US American, right?
Looks very beautiful. No, I don't like it. I totally expected this. When a coffee is really good, or let's put it this way, the other way around. If Roman says that he doesn't like coffee, it means that it's a great coffee. Just take it. It's a good one if Roman doesn't like it. To me, it's very sour. I guess it's Arabica. I like more bitter coffee, which is Robusta, I guess. I think it's a very good one because I don't like it very much, like at all. But I had to try. since they asked how it was, I got to be honest, don't understand it.
Yeah, no worries. The first time I tried coffee also, I didn't understand about, oh, this is this is
Yeah.
this. You know, I don't know, have you tried a lot of wine?
No, I don't drink alcohol. I think it's something that you have to, let's say, learn how to enjoy.
Yeah.
Same thing with cigars, for example. When I tried first time, it was like it's disgusting. I don't understand. But then when you try different ones, you start notice differences. Okay, this one tastes like this one tastes like this, and then you understand, let's say, the process, how you taste it.
Yeah.
And that's how you start, okay, now I kind of get it. I think it's the same thing with coffee.
Yeah, it's the same. Coffee, wine, chocolate, they're like really interesting drinks. You know?
I'm working remotely, so
that's nice.
I'm living in Indonesia, in Southeast Asia, 2-3 months traveling, then I'm back. I cannot do it more than 2-3 months at a time. It's exhausting. And then I need to
very
go back
expensive.
and slow down. You definitely can do it on a budget. I would say it's an energy problem. When you move every 2 days, for the past 3 weeks, I never stayed at the same place more than 2 days. And it's exhausting. When you have to, you arrive at a place, you unpack, the next day you have to pack all things again and move. And after, let's say, 1 month, you feel like, I cannot do that anymore. I need to slow down. One thing is for sure, the vibe here, the view, the whole setup, this church, these colorful buildings, that's something. That's definitely adds on top of coffee. Let me see how it looks inside. Just for the record, I'm not a Christian, and I'm pretty sure that it's not a good idea to go inside dressed like this, so I will just try to film from the outside a bit just to see how it looks and show you. Actually, before I started traveling at the age of 32, 33, I never even been to church. Only once, maybe at the age of 22, 25, but only because I had a street cafe near the church and we had some, let's say, legal questions with the church and had to discuss it with the head of a church. But I never been to church other than that. But again, just for the record, I totally respect every religion. I'm just not a religious person myself. And since I'm traveling and at most countries this is a part of a culture, for example, here in Guatemala they're Christians and therefore you kind of expect to see churches everywhere, and I think it's important to visit them, see them. Some of them are really beautiful. There's nothing else to say. It's just a part of the culture, and to me, it's not something special. I just treat every religion establishment with the same kind of respect. Doesn't matter to me, is it a church or a mosque or whatever. I just try to appreciate architecture, and I actually really like the vibe of these places, like temples, churches. Apparently there is a school, because I see a lot of kids running around, screaming. The guys need the ball. No, it's impossible. Well, let me try. I think they're screaming some bad words to me, but it's okay. When I was a kid, I also did a lot of things that I'm not really proud of right now. Nah, it's impossible. Too high. All right. I lost my group. Hey, buddy. Well, arguably one of the most beautiful places in Guatemala I've seen. Beautiful, beautiful. I get to swim. Haven't done it yet. I see the police. No camera right now. these colorful houses, they look so surreal. Very beautiful. What a ride. This is San Antonio village and it feels even more relaxed and authentic than the previous one. The further we get, the more local it gets. Wow, what a view. Hola. Gracias, muchas gracias.
Welcome to the chocolate place. This is real cacao, you know, but it's already passed, you know, it's already expired, you know. That's one of the reasons it's really hard, you know. And now you can make a maraca with it, you know. This is the best chocolate.
Gracias.
Okay, something really important about the seed helps you to prevent sick of your heart, you know. Not for love, but for your heart. And
It's
another thing
actually
important
delicious.
that if you eat more
Like,
than 3,
really.
it becomes aphrodisiac.
Tastes like burnt chocolate without sugar, but you still feel this chocolate flavor. Really nice.
When you're making the chocolate, you know, some people they say if you know how to grind, you may get married. Circles down, and this is like the oldest.
It's funny, when I was in Indonesia and they showed me how to open coconut, they told me the same thing. Like, if you cannot open a coconut, you cannot marry. Well, that's why I'm not married.
If you want to marry in the past, we had to be able to open coconut.
Oh, actually, yesterday I failed to open coconut, so
Yeah.
I'm not ready for marriage yet. Can I try this?
Okay.
This is my first time. No. I'm going
And?
to find my wife in Indonesia.
Yeah.
And need to learn how to open a
Because
coconut.
we're gonna do it almost every day if
Yeah.
your wife wants to cook.
Yeah.
That's a good thing because you're able to travel wherever you want to go. No, I'm kidding. Okay, you want to try some chocolate and get drunk? Yeah. Okay, let's go.
So you cannot film, but you can drink, like while driving. It's okay in Guatemala. I tried dark one.
Dark one? Dark without any
Gracias.
sugar? Milk? Milk? White?
I would say it tastes exactly like those cacao beans. It's just the texture is more smooth, more oily. That's it. But the taste is absolutely same. It was 100% dark chocolate. Well, I don't drink alcohol for a reason. I don't understand it anyway. What do you mean by they can be mean with us? What is it?
It's like they can tell you like, hey, try this, and if you don't want it, they still. And after that, if you want to try to buy something, they can tell you 20, but you think about 20 quetzales, but they tell you $20, and they stole him 100 quetzales.
Wow.
And that's one reason like, just be careful. Not to be mean, but sometimes be careful.
Well, I think it's actually important to like explain to these people that it hurts them in the long run.
I always try to tell them, you know, like I tell people who were to them that my parents, they also sell, and I started when I was 5-6 years old selling on the streets also because my parents always try to tell me like, if you need something, you need to work, you know, it's not everything.
Yes.
But what they tell me like, if tourism, you go to them and they tell you twice they don't want anything, don't bother anymore them, you know? That's something, but sometimes they don't understand. That's one reason, like, I just try to tell people. And,
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
you never know.
Well, that's an interesting point about these sellers. In different countries, it actually works differently. In some places, in some countries, they just charge you ridiculously high prices, thinking that you're just a tourist and you will go somewhere tomorrow and new people will come. And yes, it's true, but the problem is that in our interconnected world with all these social media, YouTube and everything, it just spreads pretty quickly, the reputation of a place, and I believe that it hurts them long term anyway. So I think it's important for those guides who bring you to all these places to do this work, this job, to educate those sellers and explain them why it actually hurts them in the long run to treat tourists like that. Oh guys, come on, you need to put this just so that you can just go straight to the lake.
They were done and the next were together. You show whatever. Step to the heart, but you won't stop the bleeding. You only come around when you need it. I'm sick of wasting all the reasons.
I lost my group. There you go.
That the word molds are handmade also, like an owl, you know, you see it? Means that we pour the mud or inside of the molds, you know? We wait around 3 to 5 hours. After those 3-5 hours already passed, we pour out again the mud. Why? Because we just want to have the shape of the mold. Something really interesting is that we make our own paint brushes with hair of animals like squirrels, dogs, rabbits, or cats. We don't buy them, we just like cut their hair, and that's how we start with the paint.
I'm sick of wasting all the reasons, all my reasons. You're not right for me, but here I am, staying in spite of it. In the winter you go. Shapeshifter you ride.
Look at the amount of details. This is astonishing. Imagine painting this all. Watch out for Guatemalan tuk-tuk. Interesting, the weather here during the day is pretty hot. I would say almost like 30 degrees, burning sun, but at night it gets really chill.
Watch the ambitions come and go, surround me and engulf me. We could ditch the TV and spend a little more time reading books and singing songs on the porch. Sit here watching the daylight wane, leaving little trace and even less memory. I just want to be.
You know, to spin it, it's gonna look really easy, but for real, it's not easy. That's another reason. And of course, this is how we make up the thread, turning the cotton into thread, you know.
I think that the most important part is to understand the movement. Okay, looks easy. Hold my beer. I think I got it.
Hold it and start spinning it, and that's how they start.
Gracias.
I can explain a little bit. Usually this is one of the a little bit more ancestral, but this is like the mostly like before this, it's the loop. The loop is behind you. This is where you choose the colors and the thread, how many spins you need to make up. Usually to make a scarf.
What an area! Stunning views, very kind people, and really interesting culture. When you are here around Lake Atitlán, I highly recommend not to stay in just one village, but explore the area. It's totally worth it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed all these views and rides. I hope to see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe. I want to share my next experiences with you. Until we meet again, stay safe. Remember, the world is yours to discover. Take care, and bye for now.